I'm very happy to have another young Indian with us on this platform. Hello, everyone. Good to be back. Right now, we have with us Sakshi Sharma. Let's listen to her. Over to you.
Hi everyone. So first of all, thank you so much, Mr. Mathur, for giving me this opportunity and the platform to speak. So a little introduction about me and my journey. So I'm currently working with Agrasar. It's a social impact organization, an NGO in Gurgaon, India. And so I've been working there for over 5 years now as lead quality. So my role primarily is partnership, general management, and also fundraising. So before that, so my journey basically started in as I pursued BCom honors, Bachelor in Commerce from DU, Aryabhat College. And while I was pursuing my undergraduation, I wanted to intern with a lot of organizations so that I can figure out what my passion is. So I interned with different startups because, I didn't want to just pursue for the sake of it. Like, I just didn't want to pursue CA or MBA because what everyone was doing. I really wanted to know what my passion is. So hence I interned, and I interned in an NGO. It's called Protsahan India Foundation. So that was like a turning point for me because when I was interning there, I get to like work with children, with the girls. I conducted some sessions, and also raised some funds to get some books for the girls. Um, and while I was interning there, I used to go and volunteer. It didn't feel like work for me. So that was like a point where I realized that this is something that I want to pursue. And that was the time I got to know that, okay, there's a social sector, development sector. So I was very keen. Um, so hence I decided to like pursue that. And I joined in there's a 1 year program called Post Graduate Program in Development Leadership at ISDM, Indian School of Development Management. It's in Noida. So
Okay.
that's like a professional certificate program. So I wanted to like enhance my professional skills, development skills, so that I can get an overview of the sector and then probably join an organization. So hence I like completed the course and then immediately joined Agrasar after that in 2019. So since then I've been working with this NGO. So like one of the like the purpose or the objective why I joined this NGO was because it's working on the issue of eliminating corporal punishment, which is basically on finding alternatives on how to discipline children, which are methods which are non-violent. Because currently we found that 65 to 99% of the children are being physically punished and mentally harassed almost every day. So that is something that's an issue that I'm really passionate about, and I'm working on that as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. Tell us about your college days, though, also, not just the work you're doing. How did you decide to do commerce? Because some of the younger people might want to hear that and uh, what happened to you in college. So let's hear that.
Sure. So I like in my 11th and 12th, I chose commerce. So to be honest, like any Indian, child, I was confused what to pursue, like science, commerce, humanities. So I just knew in my heart that science was something I didn't want to pursue, but I was confused between commerce and humanities. And, because of the peer pressure, family, they were like, humanities se kya hoga, what will happen? There's no future in humanities. So I was like, okay, I'll go with commerce. So I worked like really hard and I really liked the subject. And hence I thought like, I decided to pursue a bachelor's in commerce. And why I chose BCom honors was also because it has a variety of subjects. Like, there is finance, HR, operations. So that also gave me an opportunity to explore where my interest also lies and get a holistic understanding. So during my college days, I worked really hard in the first year, very passionate, and then second, third year, I basically got to like explore like a lot of opportunities. So especially in DU, Delhi University, there are a lot of opportunities to like there are internships, different projects. So you get to like enhance your personality as well, and also enhance your professional skills. So that was a turning point. And also during my graduation, I was a part of this organization called Youth for Peace International, wherein I was working as a peace fellow. So there was this training on youth and peace building, wherein like youth like from 14 countries around the world attended this training. It was a 5-day training, and there I first like it was my first experience where I got to know the concept of peace, and how much violent our society is, and that was a turning point for me because it made me reflect how violent I am also, and what can I do. So that was something that like really hit me, that like our daily conversations, it's so violent. And why is that? So and I also learned facilitation skills and everything. That was like a, if you could say, like a seed that was planted for me, and hence I decided I want to work in the area of peace building. So hence that was also one of the reason I joined Agrasar. And um, because usually when I say, I've done BCom honors and I've shifted to the social sector, it's like this perception that, I don't have like much knowledge. So I wanted to pursue my master's in a subject which really aligns with me and I really want to do. I just don't want to like do for the sake of it. So
Okay.
I thought I'll work for a while, like 2 years, I'll work and see which are the areas that I'm, really passionate. So I discovered that, while talking to children, conducting sessions with them, I figured that psychology is an area where psychology and education are the areas and the disciplines where I could find some answers and that could like help me. So hence I joined MA Psychology and Education from IGNOU, which is something that I'm pursuing right now. And for children, I wanted to enhance my knowledge. Hence, I completed a postgraduate diploma in child rights law from NLSIU Bangalore. It's a 1-year course, so that I
Hmm.
can like really get proper knowledge, so that I can really work towards it.
Hmm.
So that was something that I figured out, like my education, my career, as in when I was experiencing things. Yeah.
Okay. It's very good that you know what you want to do and you are taking the steps to get there. You are taking additional certificates, courses, whatever. And that's part of India today, that you can learn not just from the conventional college, you can learn in other ways also, open university courses and all. What has benefited you most?
So I think what has benefited me the most is applying these knowledge pieces also in my career. So I'm working with Agrasar. So we work with like first is eliminating corporal punishment in India. The second is enhancing the social security of interstate migrant workers by leveraging various public welfare schemes. And third is enhancing the learning competencies of social impact practitioners. So, so while I have been working with children, with the team as well with the community at large, so I have realized, some key points which I thought I'll share here. So
Yeah,
I,
please.
first of all, I realized the power of conversation. When we talk about change, we think that, change is like so huge. But right now also we are having like a conversation or a portal where I'm expressing. So there is a way, like I've realized the power of conversation where you can, ask some questions, reflective questions, and just listen to the person, and just ask what their underlying assumptions are. So particularly when I talk about in eliminating corporal punishment, so we all know that teachers and parents beat children, or they also mentally abuse them, use a lot of humiliation, a lot of talk in a very rude manner as well, and scold them. So it's very normal for them because that's what the culture is of our society. So, while talking to them, initially, what the approach would I saw and I applied was, this is wrong. But that didn't work out because they know it's wrong. But when I kind of shifted that conversation towards, what else could be done? Why are you doing this way? So just to like have conversations with them, which is which is basically listening from the mind and the heart, genuinely what their issues are. That really helped me to have genuine relationship with teachers or with parents as well. So that is something that I realized. And also the second point is like the
Wait,
society
let me
in
just stop you
general.
there, Sakshi. This is a,
Shasha.
I think you're making a very important point. I just want to
Yeah,
emphasize that, which is actually missing in Indian education and also in Indian society. It's very important to listen. It's easy to talk, and it's very tempting to talk and to think that and you are bringing this and you are bringing that and you are saying this, you are the expert. But it's equally important and perhaps even more important to listen, to be quiet yourself and listen. And that's what you are saying, that once you started listening, it became a two-way rather than preaching.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
preaching is left for religious people, I think, and some politicians. But for the rest of us, I think the important thing is, when you go to talk to somebody, first, please listen.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue. I just wanted to emphasize how important this
Sure.
is, especially for young people, that they need to learn to listen. Okay, let's go ahead.
Sure, sure. And especially also with children, actually. So we assume that, the reasoning is something else, but once you get to know, like their answers are very, astonishing. I'll give you one example. So I was taking a session with children with girls in a government school in Delhi. So I was talking about, I was asking them about their dreams of their school, of India, of their classrooms. So one of the girls responded that we want like a automatic door at the entrance of the school. So my immediate thought was that maybe she wants like the comfort of going in and doesn't want the disturbance. All those thoughts were coming, but then I asked why. So she responded that I want an automatic door so that the one of the caretakers who is at the entrance doesn't shout at me and doesn't talks to me in a rude manner.
Hmm.
So I mean, I couldn't even fathom that this was the reason why that girl was feeling that way.
Mhm.
So that was something that I realized, that we as adults, know it all. We feel that children don't have the power, but we need to listen to them. They have a lot of power, and where our imagination ends, their imagination begins actually. So that's one realization that I had, and that's really kind of you know uh, boosts me and um helps me to work towards this issue, which is so rampant and is considered as a non-issue in the
Okay.
society. um, and secondly, I also realized the importance of creating the safe space where the other person could just, feel that they can express whatever they are feeling. It's very important because, we usually judge very easily, but creating that space is very important, and having a genuine conversation, like, and building that trust actually takes a lot of time, but it just happens the way you behave. You also open up, talk about your areas, and that connection is built slowly but gradually. So that is very important, where you let the person just speak whatever it is, whatever they are feeling, whatever their emotions are, and then probably navigate, towards the solution, because
Yeah.
because we can't find solutions when we are very emotionally charged. We need that space to like let it out and then figure out the solution. So, and lastly, also the importance of being reflective. So, during my like the training at the Youth in Peacebuilding, I mean, that was the first time I was actually introduced to this concept of, reflection. We do that, but we don't do it consciously, you know. So, so I learned this method wherein, we can reflect during the action and also after the action. What could I have done better? Why is this way? And that exploration is something that I learned also with ISDM, and gradually that has really helped me to enhance myself, become a better human being, and also as a professional, how can I do that and create that space for others? So with the team, with the children, I just asked them, like, why do you feel this way? Is there any other way that you could have done? What are your learnings? What did you realize? So these are the questions that even I ask every day before sleeping or anywhere. Like, what is something that I learned today? What is there any behavior of mine that I could have just be better, like be more compassionate? So that is something that I've also learned like throughout these these many years. Yeah,
Okay. Could you share with us some of your success stories?
sure, sure. So, like one of the conversations initially when I joined the organization, Agrasar, so we used to, go to the teachers, talk to them, and but we were in the designing stage of our program. Still we are designing, but that was in initial phase. So while I was there with the teachers, I just, asked them. So like I just saw the teacher like scolding the child. So I asked her that, ma'am, what was happening, what could you have done, like just asked her, is there any other way? So eventually she opened up and like realized that this was wrong, and I had let my frustration on the children, and I should have just spoken to that child in a better manner. So that was the point where I realized that this is something how we should like talk to the teachers, have more conversations so that they can realize and also practice it. And secondly, uh, while working with children, we also believe in building their collectives. So we have a lot of children, and they are now called Agrasar Sathis, which are basically friends of Agrasar. So we like whenever we have different camps or anything, we collectivize them. So you know they are able to call a lot of community members, like whatever task we give or they decide, like it's beyond our imagination. They're able to mobilize a lot of people as well. And also we also had our homework program where we used to enable the children to build their basic foundational skills. And we used to make a group of like 2 3 children together so that they can learn. And that was also very like a very in terms of an impact, it was phenomenal in the sense that we saw that children were supporting each other. And 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 we also got good feedback from the teachers that they are able to perform like better in the grade level, in the classroom grade level as well. So there are the whole structure of our program also shifted, and we realized the power of collective. And now we are in the process of expanding our program to 200 schools in India. And we like work towards this.
Wonderful. I'm so happy to hear this from you. Any tips you have for younger people like who went to college and so on, or who are thinking of going to college? Any tips you have?
Sure. So I think first is be open to opportunities. Sometimes we are very hesitant to try different things because we have the certain, objective or goals that this is what I want to pursue. But from my experience, I've realized that once you grab these opportunities, it opens up the gate to many different opportunities. So be open to different opportunities, and also be patient as well, because we are always in certain kind of hurry to figure out what we want to do in career. What I mean, we are also figuring out our personal life and everything, and and just give me a minute. I'll just get
Sure.
over it.
Sure. Take your time. We are in no rush.
Yeah, and also I guess there's this aspect of learning to learn, which is basically having this ability and this confidence in self that I can learn from anywhere. So it's not just our professors or teachers, the knowledge and wisdom is everywhere. We just have to look, we have to just be more present in the moment, in the now, because we worry a lot about the future, a lot about the past. But if we stay more mindful in the present and learn from, people, from nature, from, anywhere. So, and there are, as you had mentioned, as we had started this conversation, there are ample opportunities, so many knowledge pieces are there. So uh, you can just do that and have that ability to learn, because becoming a lifelong learner is something that not only helps you professionally, but also personally. So these are the things that I wanted to share.
Okay. Anything else you want to add here?
Yeah. So there's another point I wanted to add regarding like the children. Um, so there's this thing that there's this perception in society that um, children need to respect everyone. If, like their older generation, and like respect is kind of equated with authority, right? So, but children are not seen as equals. So that is something that I really want, everyone to feel that they are also human beings. They also have their rights, and we also need to listen to them and also involve them in the decision making. Giving them autonomy is very important as well. So because then only the child will learn, how to take those decisions. Because as a professional, when we grow up, we struggle a lot. We are not very confident. We are not able to make decisions, on our own very confidently. And this is something that I have also witnessed, because during my childhood, like, my parenting has been that I've been very protective. I've not been given a lot of, opportunity to make decisions. And that has really impacted my decision making skills per se. I had to like really build my confidence, self esteem, So that is something that I've learned over time, that giving, just creating those opportunities for children to take decisions. And these are very small opportunities, Let's say, for example, what do you want us to eat today? I mean, of course, the child might say like something junk or something, but there are ways that can be figured out as well. But, for example, if the child is, you can ask the child, what do you want to wear? And not just pick the clothes and let the child wear. So these are very, very small things that the parents, the teachers can just ask the child and also engage them in the process. And also, there's this concept called unconditional positive regard, which means that um, we need to accept the child as the child is. First of all, the child is a human being, and not, give them attention or appreciation and judge them just on the basis of their actions. We need to treat them as human beings, and they are also in the process of learning just like us. So, because what happens is that, I mean, if the child is, naughty or like Shararti, we just have this labeling and perception that this is how the child is. That child's future is ruined. but this is not the case. The child equally needs the attention, the love, and the care like any other child. So, I mean, this is something that I've also like realized through a lot of conversations, experiences, and also enabling the child to be more assertive. Because we, I mean, like we again we assume that the child feels this way, the child thinks this way, but can we create some opportunities for them to speak up, and also for the children to express their feelings, their thoughts and emotions, and be more assertive, like this is what I think, this is how I think, this is what I want you to do,
Mm,
so, and especially for girls, because what we have been taught is that you're a girl, you don't have to speak, don't question the authority, it's not respectful, you know why are you acting so smart, like these are the things, like in our household as well, you don't know, you are small. So but at least give that child the opportunity to speak up and make the own decisions. So that's something that I've also worked upon a lot, because since my childhood I've always been a little shy, not very expressive and
mm.
underconfident. But I really had to like
But
work
that has
hard
vanished.
towards
Let
it.
me interrupt. That has vanished. You have been very expressive. That has vanished somehow.
Yeah, I had to really work hard
Mm.
towards it. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's very good. Thank you so much for such an open and very clear uh, ex, talk about yourself and what you do and how India can improve the lot of its children, which is very important because you mentioned many things, but as an economist, I would say all of that will make the children more productive. Okay. When they do a job, they will do a better job, not just a dull routine job, because they have become more empowered people. They have become better people. They are becoming more, soft skills are there rather than just, okay, this is how you do engineering, this is how you do accounting. They have better soft skills, they have better ability to mix with society and all that. So I think apart from anything else, as an economist, what I hear is that you are making the children more productive. So thank you very much for that. Let's end it here unless you have something else to say. And I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Till then, bye. Okay, bye everybody.